This is the brand new ROG Gladius III Wireless Gaming Mouse. Now, I did use the original Gladius for about 2 years before the scroll wheel decided to just die on me. It was a really good run, by the way, and I'm also known as the scroll wheel killer because I always use the scroll wheel to edit videos, to scroll in and out of the timeline, as you may know if you're a video editor. But that aside, I also used the ROG Gladius 2 for a while, and that is for review purposes, and you can also check it out at the top right corner there if I remember to link it. And this ROG Gladius 3 though, I do feel like it's a lot different from its predecessors. So in today's video, let's take a look at what's new and what's different about this mouse. If you are already familiar with the ROG Gladius series of mouse, then you kinda know the idea behind it, and the ROG Gladius 3 Wireless Gaming Mouse is the continuation of that idea where it is made for right-handed use only and it is designed in this ergonomic shape. Of course, ergonomic is kinda dependent on your personal preference as well, and it also varies from person to person. And the Gladius series of mouse has one special feature where you can pop off the hood of this mouse and then you can change the left and right clicks to whatever switches you want. Now inside this box here, ROG also included this, and this is just 2 more switches where you can swap it with the mouse. I honestly don't think there's a need for the switch puller because the switch is not small and it doesn't actually have any locking mechanisms, and it's just a push fit kind of switch situation. So yeah, switch puller, it's there if you need it, but I don't see a purpose of it. And inside the documentation package, there's also an extra set of mouse feet or mouse skates, whatever you want to call it. I mean, the new ROG Gladius 3 design doesn't require you to peel off the mouse feet if you want to pop off the hood and change the switch, as opposed to the original Gladius where you had to literally rip everything out just to access the insides. Actually, since the ROG Gladius 2, they've made this same design as the ROG Gladius 3 as well, which I truly appreciate. But honestly speaking though, for me personally, like we mentioned at the top of this video, I am a scroll wheel killer, and from the looks of it, the scroll wheel of the ROG Gladius 3 Wireless seems to be user replaceable if you can find the appropriate parts. But then again, both the side buttons here, the forward and back buttons, are also using, I think, more or less the same push switches as the left and right clicks. Maybe you can use back the same switch, but you have to whip out your own soldering iron to fix it. I don't know, I wish that's the case. At least I can prolong the life of the ROG Gladius 3 Wireless if I want to. Okay, but how does the ROG Gladius 3 actually feels in the hand though? Personally speaking, it's very different from what I remembered of the previous generations of the ROG Gladius mouse. From what I can feel, the front part here is a lot thicker than before, and the left and right clicks, these 2 parts here, is completely different if you look at it from the aerial view, because as you know, the ROG Gladius 1 and the ROG Gladius 2 has this kind of really long left and right click flanges, and it's kind of a valley for you to rest your fingers in it. But the ROG Gladius 3 does not have those deep valleys anymore, to which, yeah, it doesn't really matter to me, but it just feels very different from the previous generations. And this new ROG Gladius 3 Wireless also has a rather tall profile for its middle section here, as you can see in this view. It's kind of impossible even for my large hands to be using it in claw grip. And the only possible way that I see myself using this mouse is either fingertip grip or palm grip. And even if I'm using fingertip grip or palm grip, I do realize that my middle finger is involuntarily clicking. So yeah, I'm always getting right clicks without me realizing why. But I found out that after using the ROG Gladius 3 Wireless for about a week or so, I got used to the shape, and I no longer right click involuntarily. Yeah. You can also use the ROG Gladius 3 Wireless in a total of 3 different methods. So the first one, as you can see at this back part here, you got a little push switch where you can select it to either use Bluetooth or this little wireless logo, which is just connecting using the proprietary 2.4 GHz wireless dongle. And it is housed in this little compartment here via magnets, which I think is a really nice thing for ROG to do, and I truly appreciate it. And there's also a button here that says pair, which means if you're in Bluetooth mode and you need to enter pairing mode, just press this button instead. And then of course, the third method for you to use the ROG Gladius 3 is with a cable. ROG included this cable in the box as well, and this is a very lightweight paracord kind of cable, which I truly appreciate. It's definitely not the first time that we are seeing this cable, but I do appreciate it because it's lightweight, and the ROG Gladius 3 is also very lightweight in comparison with other wireless mice that we've tried recently. With this kind of flexibility in terms of connectivity though, that means I can maybe use it wired mode for my desktop or just leave the 2.4 GHz wireless dongle connected to my PC, my desktop here, and then connect it to my laptop via Bluetooth, and then I can just switch between the two devices with this little push switch here, which makes it really convenient. And again, I appreciate this kind of flexibility in terms of connection. And the USB Type-C port at the front here is really wide open compared to some of the wireless mouse that we've tried in the past. And this wide opening means that we can literally use any USB Type-C cable that we have, even though some of the USB Type-C cables that we have got this kind of really humongous kind of header, and we are still able to connect it with the ROG Gladius 3, which is a really nice feature. Next up, I want to talk about the battery life of the ROG Gladius 3 Wireless, but we have to talk about the RGB situation first. And like any other ROG devices that we've come to accustom ourselves in the past, the RGB can be customized using the Armoury Crate software. And if you only have Armoury Crate installed, then there's some basic RGB customizations that you can do to whatever ROG devices that is connected to that particular PC. For us, we also installed AuraSync, which provides even more customizations to be done to whatever ROG devices that we have, including laptops, mouse, headsets, desktop motherboards, graphic cards, all of those stuff. If you want a tutorial on how to use the AuraSync software, do check out the other video that we have at Tech Creators channel, and you can also check it out at the top right corner there as well. Now, the ROG Gladius 3 has a total of 3 different RGB zones. The first one is the commonly found palm part here for the logo, and then the second part is also commonly found for the scroll wheel. But the third one though is at the side here, which I don't know what's the reason behind it, because if you're ever using it in palm grip, you're gonna cover a majority of that RGB zone here. And also the palm grip is not going to be seen because my palm is forever going to be there. You're not going to use this mouse in claw grip because of its profile. And the only visible RGB zone is only scroll wheel. And back to the battery life. The way I set up the ROG Gladius 3 Wireless in the first place is to max out its RGB brightness and let it color cycle through. The battery life that I got is only at about 1.5 days, something like that, before the battery literally just ran flat, which is really short in my opinion. But the second test that I did is to turn off all the RGB and just use it as normal. I got through like 4 days and more, and there's still battery left. And within the 4 days, I also edited a lot of videos, so this mouse has seen some intense usage during those 4 days, and yet I have not charged it until now. Now, the ROG Gladius 3 is available in 2 different variants, either one with wire and the other one wireless. The one that we have here is the wireless version, and the price is at 439 ringgit. In my opinion, I don't think that the ROG Gladius 3 is expensive. I would say it's a premium mouse, so you're gonna pay a premium for this kind of premium mouse, and the quality really goes to show that it is indeed a premium mouse. But if you want to upgrade from the Gladius 1 or 2, then I would say you better do your research properly, because the ROG Gladius 3 is quite different from its predecessors, and I can't really say you should buy it or not, because a mouse and keyboard, for that matter, is a really personal thing, and I do think that you should try out the mouse first before making your purchase, so you know if the mouse is good for your hands or not. All we can do for you right now is to show you even more footages of the ROG Gladius III Wireless, so that you can kind of get a better 3D look at the mouse itself before making your purchase virtually, because again, COVID and also lockdown here in Malaysia. So yeah, I hope this video helps you out, and if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. We'll help you out whenever we can, and we'll see you guys in the next video.